Fred Vasseur was expected to be the man who would finally lead Ferrari back to the top. He was given full control of the team, the support of Ferrari's board, and two of the most talented drivers in Formula One. When Ferrari signed Lewis Hamilton, the world saw it as a clear signal that Ferrari was done waiting. The team was ready to win. Charles Leclerc was already one of the fastest and most consistent drivers on the grid. And with Hamilton by his side, this was supposed to be Ferrari's golden year. But now, only 6 races into the 2025 season, everything is falling apart. What was once a dream is quickly turning into a disaster, and all eyes are now on Vasseur. His leadership, his choices, and even his job are under serious threat. The situation at Ferrari has gone from hopeful to hopeless in just a few weeks. The 2025 season started with excitement and big expectations. Ferrari looked ready to fight for wins, and maybe even the championship. But now, they are sitting in 4th place in the Constructors' Championship. Not only are they behind Red Bull and McLaren, but even Mercedes, who had a rough start to the season, is closing in fast. Ferrari has failed to deliver in every area: car performance, race strategy, communication, and leadership. And this is not just about the car anymore. It's about a team that seems lost, a team that looks more confused with every race, a team that is letting down its drivers and its fans. And at the center of it all is Fred Vasseur. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc are both extremely frustrated. These are two world-class drivers who came into the season believing they would be fighting at the front. Instead, they are stuck in the midfield, battling with teams like Aston Martin and Williams. When drivers like Hamilton and Leclerc begin to question the decisions being made from the pit wall, it becomes clear that something is very wrong. And they are not just frustrated with the car. They are confused by the lack of leadership. The strategy calls have been slow, the communication poor, and the race execution has been nothing short of a mess. This isn't what anyone expected when Ferrari began this season. Every weekend, Ferrari seems to follow the same painful pattern. On Friday, the team shows some promise. On Saturday, they manage to qualify well or give fans a bit of hope. But by Sunday, it all falls apart. The races are full of bad calls, poor timing, and missed chances. And through all of this, Fred Vasseur has stood at the center, trying to defend a team that is clearly falling apart. The big question now is whether Vasseur is still the right man for the job. Is his position already in danger? Is Ferrari heading toward another major shakeup? Let's start with the most obvious issue, the car. The SF25 has not lived up to the expectations. It was supposed to be a big step forward from the SF24, but instead it has shown serious weaknesses. The car is not efficient aerodynamically. It is unstable in high-speed corners, and it lacks grip in slow-speed sections. The car also struggles when the track conditions change, which makes it difficult to set up properly. Both Hamilton and Leclerc have struggled to get comfortable in the car. The rear end of the SF25 lacks stability, which is a big problem for Hamilton's driving style. It has made qualifying difficult and race pace inconsistent. Even worse, the car still suffers from the same problems that hurt Ferrari in previous years. It is sensitive to wind, it overheats the rear tires, and it has a very narrow operating window. This means that unless conditions are perfect, the car underperforms. These issues were supposed to be fixed over the winter. But here we are in 2025, and Ferrari still hasn't found a solution. And while a bad car is always a setback, what's truly shocking is how the team is managing the races. The strategy from the pit wall has been a disaster. In races like Australia and Miami, both drivers were left questioning the calls being made or not made. Decisions came too late or didn't come at all. Hamilton was stuck behind slower cars, waiting for team orders that never arrived. He was on fresher tires and had the pace, but the team failed to act in time. The chance was lost. Leclerc has also made comments about the team's strategy during qualifying, openly saying that he is getting everything out of the car. But the car is not giving back. When Leclerc, who has always been respectful and positive in public, starts speaking like this, it's a huge warning sign. Behind the scenes, there is now serious doubt about Fred Vasseur's leadership. He still has the public support of Ferrari's top management for now, but the mood inside Maranello is changing. Fast, Vasseur was brought in to fix Ferrari's problems, especially the culture of caution and slow decision-making. But after more than 2 seasons, Ferrari still looks like the same old team. They are reactive instead of proactive. They are slow to respond, both in the garage and in development, and that's where things get really worrying. Ferrari needed to change, to modernize. Vasseur was supposed to create a system where the engineers, strategists, and drivers worked together. But right now the results say that this isn't happening. In fact, some people believe Ferrari is actually going backward. Yes, the car has speed at times, but that speed is wasted when the team fails to execute. It doesn't matter if you're fast for 1 lap if you can't put together a proper race. And after being beaten badly in Miami by McLaren and Red Bull, and almost even Aston Martin, the response from Vasseur was far too calm. He spoke of small upgrades for Imola and Monaco. He said the real changes would come in Spain, but small upgrades won't win championships. And waiting until Barcelona to make serious changes could be too late. Ferrari needs a strong response now. Other teams are not waiting. McLaren and Mercedes have already brought aggressive upgrades. They are developing fast, and their teams are working in harmony. Ferrari, on the other hand, feels like it is still thinking about what to do while everyone else is already doing. If the upgrades coming in the next few races do not work, the consequences could be very serious for Fred Vasseur. Hamilton is watching closely. He came to Ferrari to win, not to waste time. If he starts to doubt the direction of the team, it could destroy the morale inside Maranello. Leclerc is also paying attention. His long-term loyalty to Ferrari is built on trust. Trust in the car, the team, and the leadership. If that trust breaks, Ferrari risks losing one of its most important assets. Ferrari's political environment also adds pressure. At Ferrari, things can change very fast. Support doesn't disappear slowly. It vanishes all at once. We've seen it before. When the results disappear, so does the support. Vasseur was brought in to provide stability, but if that stability turns into stagnation, then Ferrari's board will have no choice but to make a change. And this is exactly the danger Vasseur now faces. Ferrari doesn't just need small improvements. They need a clear direction. They need a fast and strong response. They need leadership that inspires confidence. If Vasseur cannot bring that, if he cannot fix the car, improve the strategy, and restore belief in the team, then his time at Ferrari may be over much sooner than anyone thought. Hamilton and Leclerc are not just disappointed by the results, they are disappointed by the lack of action, the slow reactions and the weak communication. And that is what puts Vasseur's future at real risk. The next 3 races, Imola, Monaco and Barcelona, will decide a lot. These races will show whether Ferrari can bounce back or if this season is already lost. If the new parts don't work, if the same mistakes continue and if the drivers remain frustrated, then Ferrari's leadership could change once again. And the Scuderia will go back to searching for a new boss, a new plan and a new path forward. This situation has shocked many people in the Formula One world. At the start of the season, Ferrari was expected to fight for wins. They had the drivers, they had the resources, and they had Fred Vasseur, who was trusted to bring it all together. But now the dream is fading, and the team is under pressure from all sides. The fans are growing impatient, the rivals are pulling ahead, and the drivers are starting to ask hard questions. What Ferrari needs now is more than upgrades. They need unity, they need urgency. They need someone who can guide the team through this storm. The question is, can Fred Vasseur still be that person, or has his chance already passed? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. If Ferrari doesn't act fast, this season could become one of the biggest missed opportunities in recent memory. With Hamilton and Leclerc in the team, Ferrari has the tools to win. But without the right leadership, even the best tools cannot build a champion. Let us know